Everybody, welcome back. Here we go. February's market numbers are out. We're going to go over them and review them so everybody can see what's the newest and greatest going on in the capital region as far as real estate for our single-family homes here. So my name is Chris McMahon, local real estate agent and investor in the area. Been in real estate for over 20 years now. More recently, I got my real estate license. I'm out here and I do these market reports once a month for single families, and then I also do an investor's report also during the month. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in picking up maybe a multifamily home. And also, if there is an area you're interested in, send a little message on me on that one. So if I see some areas that people are really interested in, I'm not covered, I'll make sure I'll be covered in. Or I may just reach out to you, get your own personal private video and send that to you so you can learn more about that area. So all about trying to help you out here. So let's just dive right into this here and check and see what we got for the numbers for this month. And here we go. So this is our overall summary of the capital region. Then we're going to break it down to our traditional areas that we've been doing here. So if this is your first time, we go over an overview of everything, and then I break it down to specific areas that we like to cover here, some of the more popular areas. But as far as what we're looking at right now, let's kind of get rid of these pendings, and we're just getting up here the active and the new listings. For the capital region right now, active listings have slipped down a little bit. It was just under 1,700, so it's about 1,572 right now. So it has come down a little bit for that month. It's been on a downward trend since we look back over here in November. So we get into that winter months, those colder months, and now we're kind of sitting down here for this month. And let's see. The big thing is we're getting closer to that April warmer weather. Even March, it's been an early spring. Punxsutawney Phil got it right this year. So feels like we got an early spring coming in. So we may see these numbers start to jump up here as early as this month. Down here for new listings dipped slightly, but not even really enough to make a big change in this line. Like here, it looks almost flat. It came down about 10 for the new listings. Now let's pop that out of there. We are going to take a quick look at sold listings for this month for the capital region. Sold listings dropped as well. So it was at 640 back there in January. February, it was 572. So that slid a little bit for the month of February as well. And we're going to come over here and we're going to check out the average sales price right here. Average sales price, $335,000, which actually increased from $322 from January into February. So those prices seem to be coming up a little bit, but still below where we were for a good chunk of, over here in the summer months in our busy season. As you can see, those we're still lower than that right there. So coming down here, absorption rate. How much do we have for inventory going on here? We've got just under 2 months for the capital region. And the sold to list ratio, we peaked right back here. It looks like in July, it was at almost 102% of sold to list ratio. It has come down steadily since then. But we're still at 96.5% for the sold to list ratio. Days on the market is creeping up. We're at 41, so we're over a month. That kind of came up from 34 days. So it's jumped almost a week on that one. And coming down here, one of my favorite things to check out here is where are the homes selling? What is the hottest area for the home selling price range? And as we see right here, this 300 to 400 price range, we had 106 sales. All right, but this is broken down by 100. We're right here, so it can be a little bit deceiving because the 2 to 300 is really both of these, which is definitely higher than that 106,000 range right there, being mostly led by the 250 to 300 range right here. So this seems to be kind of our sweet spot, hitting at about 85 of homes in the 250 to 300 range for last month in February. So that's our overview for the capital region as a whole. Let's dive in here and check out some of the areas. Okay, a little bit more in-depth look at some of the areas that we got here. We're going to start off with Saratoga Springs. So February 2024, Saratoga Springs. Let's get some of that clutter out of there. We're going to come in here and start again with the number of listings here that we got. Active listings dropped in Saratoga to 85. And again, it peaked over here in October, and it's been steadily coming down. So we're down to 85. But new listings, we'll see right here, This is the second month in a row we've gotten new listings have gone up. So we got 45 new listings in the Saratoga area. Pop in here and check out the sold listings. Sold listings jumped from 15 up to 24. So some more sales are going on in there. And let's take the average price. Look like the low was back here December at 536. It jumped in January to 583 and is jumping again this month to just, wow, pretty decent jump there. Over 100,000. It came up to just under 700,000. So we're going to say right now that the average sales price in Saratoga right about now is about $700,000. The absorption rate is over 2 months. We got 2 1/3 for the months of absorption rate. Look at this right here. Huge spike, not up to our high. But January, we were at 96.7%, so almost 97%. And now we're up over to 102.8, so almost 103% is that sold to list ratio. So that's a big spike in that number. Days on the market also increased. Again, it's over a month. That's pretty close to the average for the capital region here. And coming down, where is the hot spot for Saratoga? As we jump down here, we're going to see 76 homes at 500 plus were sold in Saratoga in the month of February for 2024, which isn't surprising if you look at the fact that the average sales price was 700,000. So we get 76, but it's quite a big difference. I mean, it's 70 more than we had in that 400 to 500 range. We only had 2 in the 300 to 400 range, and that 250 to 300, which was where for the capital region as a whole, the majority of the homes were sold in that $50,000 range. We only had one. Only one of those homes came out of Saratoga Springs. So that is Saratoga. Let's move on here and see what else we got here. We're going to check up on Queensbury next. Queensbury. Again, downward slide with these active listings. Let's take new listings out of there so we can see that better. So downward slide on that one. So active listings 15, down from 20. New listings are actually on the rise again as we're seeing this kind of pop up. It was at 11, jumping up to 14 a little bit, which kind of brought us, well, December it was 15. So back about that December number right there. Over here, let's get that average sales price dipped in Queensbury. It was 446, so it was 447, we'll say. It came down to 402, so it dropped down in Queensbury for the average sales price, but over 400 in there. Absorption rate came down. It's under a month. It's about 3/4 of a month. Slightly over that for the absorption rate in Queensbury. List to sold ratio did go up from about 98% to just over 100% right there. Days on the market is up to almost 2 months in the area. And let's come down and see where is the hot spot in Queensbury. And right now we've got, looks like 2 at 250, 300, right in line with the average for the capital region. And then we got down here, 500 plus. They had 3 sales at 500 plus in that area. Not a ton of sales right there, only 10 for the month of February. But split between 250 and 300 and that 500 plus range is where that they came from. Ballston Spa, right next to Saratoga. Taking these out. We're going to look at active listings first, jumped up to 29 from 23. So a bit of a spike right there as it's starting to go up. New listings, though, is down. It was 30 in the month of January, and now it's coming down to 18. So down significantly for that area. Average price, look at this, up and down, up and up and down. So we had a dip, and it was over 400,000 for January, down to 369, 370 for the month of February. As going up, absorption rate is up. We're at about a month and a half as far as the absorption rate. List to sold ratio for the second month in a decline, going down 99.3 right there. Days on the market did go up slightly from 25 to 28. So they're just under a month as far as amount of inventory that we've got there. And their hot spot in this area, we got a tie. It looks like that 300 to 400 range and that 400 to 500 range both had 8 sales. And that's where the so basically 300 to 500 is where that sweet spot is in Ballston Spa. Next one, let's hit up Albany. All right, so we're in Albany here. As you can see, same trend that we're seeing since about November, October, November. We're seeing this trend going downward with the active listings. It's down to 63. New listings dipped here as well from 45 down to 38 for the month. Average sales price did come back up after a couple months of on the decline. Average sales price did bump up a little bit there to 263, up from 253, so about $10,000 that's coming up here. Absorption rate, we're just about a month of inventories in Albany. List to sold ratio is on a decline still, 98.1%, coming down. That's the fourth month in a row, or third month in a row, that we're going to see a decline in that, coming down from its peak at 105% back in June. Days on the market took a huge spike right here. So the highest that we've seen it in about over a year, really, at 39 days on the market. And as we come down here, again, our hot spot is going to be that 300 to 400 range with 11 sales in that one. Even beats out when you combine these two, you're still only getting 9. So 300 to 400,000. That's the sweet spot right there. That's where most of those sales took place for that month in Albany. All right, Clifton Park is our next one we're moving into. As we check out here, Clifton Park. Clifton Park has been on a kind of a decrease as far as the number of active listings since back in August. It wasn't real, just slightly for a couple months, but then it started to come down. It looks like it may want to start to level off here if we kind of follow that line, but we're at 39 for the number of active listings, which is down from 41. Not a huge difference. We're only talking 2. So again, it might be leveling off, and as we get closer to these warmer months, we'll start to see that curve come back up in most of the areas that we're covering here. Number of new listings took a dip, came down to 18, down from 25. And listing price here, let's check out what is the average sales price. The average sales price went up. We got a little spike here for that. It was at $430 for January. February, we're going to $475. So a pretty healthy jump there in the Clifton Park area as far as the average sales price. Absorption rate down for the 4th straight month, down to 1, about a month and a quarter right now. List to sold ratio dropped a little bit too, to 102.5%, but still over 100, which is pretty good. And days on the market, again, second month in a row that it is going up. We're now sitting at about 31 days, so just over a month for the days on the market we got there. And where are the homes selling? What is the price range we're looking at here? We've got this 500,000 plus. We had 9 of them sold in that area. The second is at 300 to 400 range, where we had 7 of them sold. Let's go over here and see what we got on the last one. What's next here? Park, Albany. We did Saratoga Springs, Lake George. Let's check out Lake George. All right, so you can see these two lines mirror each other a little bit, especially right here as it starts to go back up. So active listings are up 31, up from 26. New listings, as we see right here, it was 5. We go up to 12, so quite a big jump. We jumped up by 7. It over doubled in Lake George as far as the number of new listings right there. We got average sales price has gone up for the second month in a row to $870,000. Pretty good vacation spot. A lot of vacation camps and stuff right on the properties on the lake here. You get pretty pricey. Absorption rate hit a dip. It rebounded at just over 5 months over here. List to sold ratio came down. It's at 88.6% for that. Days on the market came back up a little bit. It was at 22.5. Now it's up to 48 days. So actually a pretty big jump as that jumped up. It over doubled for the number of days on the market that we're seeing. In the hot spot in the Lake George area, that 500 plus. We only had 4 sales, but 2 of them were in the 500 plus right there. We had one that 300 to 400 range and another one 180 to 200 range as far as the sales go. And we've got our last spot that we're going to check out here. Oops, let's get down here. South Glens Falls. Let's take a look at South Glens Falls and see what we got in this one. We got a lot going on right there. Let's clean that up a little bit so we can take a look at it a little bit better there. So the blue line we're looking at first. This is our active listings, which did come down from 11 down to 10. New listings is the green line, which came down for, looks like, second month in a row, is down to 4 new listings. Average sales price came up a little bit to 227 for the month. Absorption rate dropped down. We're at 1.38 months, so under a month and a half right there. List to sold ratio came down to 96, about 97% is the list to sold ratio. Days on the market dropped as well after it rebounded a little bit before that. Days on the market selling us 4.3 is the average days on the market in South Glens Falls. And as we come down here, let's see where the sweet spot is. They had 6 total sales. 3 of them took place in the 180 to 200 range. So that $20,000 low range right there is where half of the sales came from in that area for that month. So do that. And there we go. That's our market report. Let's see. Let's do a new location here because I do want to check out Glens Falls. Let's put that on there. Why is that not working? Let's try this again. Okay, Glens Falls is on there. We're going to go February 2024 residential goods search. Let's take a look at these. That's right in that area with Queensbury, obviously South Glens Falls. So taking this out right here. Blue line, we're actually going to take the green line out because they're crossing at the end. So had a decline last couple months, 3 months in a row. Finally came back up with our active listings. It's up to 12 from 10. New listings, second month in a row, it's gone up. Jumped from 9 to 14, so a pretty decent jump on that one right there. Average sales price came up. It was at 221 last month. It's at 242 right now, almost 243, over halfway there. Absorption rate in months was just under a month. We're just over a month, so still about a month as far as our inventory going in that area. List to sold ratio dipped slightly down to 97%. Days on the market, here's a big spike on the days on the market because it was at 3 weeks last time. Now we're looking at 50 days there, which is what, about a month and a half, a little over that even. So pretty decent jump in the number of days on the market. And let's come on down here. And they had 5 total sales for the month. 2 of them came in that 300 to 399 range right there. So that's the hot spot for Glens Falls. We had 1 here in the 250 to 300. We had 1 over here that 180 to 200. So remember, we had a couple in South Glens Falls as well. So this 180 to 200 range in South Glens Falls is looking pretty good right now. But so those are areas that we had covered. Let's come back over here. Hey, those are the areas that we covered. If there is an area that you're interested, that you're kind of looking for your home and you want to find more information out on that, reach out to me. Let me know. I'll be more than happy to do your own personal video, and I'll send that out to you so you can kind of check and see what the numbers are, where the averages are, the days on the market, all that good stuff, and keep you updated on the most up-to-date information that's coming out for them. So if you found some value in the video, please click subscribe so you get notified when our next video is coming out. So remember, in a couple weeks, we're going to have our investor videos. We do this video once a month to keep you guys updated with everything. So subscribe, get notified, and we do other videos as well. We do all kinds of videos covering the area and everything like that, real estate related. So don't miss out on the next one. My name's Chris McMahon. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you guys on the next video.